look at this. This is Squire's bass 6. So this is actually a 6-string bass. It looks like a guitar, but it's actually a bass. It's tuned like a guitar, but 1 octave down. So it's a bit different from your normal 6-string bass, which would be tuned from low to high, B, E, A, D, G, C, right? This one is tuned E, A, D, G, B, E, just like a guitar. So this instrument actually has its roots in the 60s. Of course, it was Fender who produced the first bass 6, but actually the instrument in itself was invented by Dan Electro, who built a bass 6 like this. Actually were the first ones, and then Fender caught on to it after a while. But of course this is the Squire version, which is Fender's budget brand. But interestingly, actually Squire is an older brand, a very old brand. From the beginning they were string manufacturers, and then later on, I think in the 60s, Fender bought it, and later they started to build guitars even under the Squire name. So much like Epiphone was an accomplished brand before Gibson bought them, same thing with Squire. Actually an older brand than you might think. Okay, so what do you play on an instrument like this? Well, you can play bass, just like normal, since it's the bottom 4 strings are the same like a bass guitar. So anything you can play on a bass guitar, you can play on this too, on a 4-string bass guitar, that is. But since you have these 2 upper string, that unlocks many more possibilities for playing chords, just like on a guitar, but darker. Right? You can play all of these chords, jazz chords. Very nice. You can combine the chords with bass notes. Right? You can have these real deep bass notes and a chord on top, which is nice. And then you have the whammy bar. Nice to have on a bass.
Sveriges Radio.
Mina damer och herrar, live i P4 Kristianstad, Hallonen bäst.
bought from Hallmens musikinstrumenthandel Helsingborg. It's spelled with a ä. It's a A with 2 dots over it. Doesn't spell it that way anymore, it's with a E now. That also reveals it's pretty old. Last year I used it for recording when we were in the studio. It's almost one and a half year ago. Maybe we're gonna hear some songs later from that in another episode. And the skin is actually the original calf skin from when it was produced on both sides. Well, it's a little hard to tell from this video, I guess, but the texture of it is really different from the modern skins, which is plastic nowadays. Gives a warmer sound, a deeper bottom and a warmer sound. And if you take care of it, if you keep it in the right temperature, it lasts forever. Well, at least almost 70 years now. And the sound, wow, hold your horses. It sounds huge. Maybe you can see this spot here. Well, that's not dirt, it's a dampening mechanism. Exactly as the snare drum I showed you in the first episode of Drum Show. Now tighten this up quite much, or actually really much. Let's hear the difference, like this. You hear? The sound chokes. Okay guys, a little nerdy this one, but I think some of you are gonna appreciate it. Alright, hear you next time. Take care.
To play harmonica, it's a good idea to collect licks. Licks can be compared to words in a meaning. With a handful of words, you can make a sentence that have a range of meanings if you put them in specific order and context. We're gonna take a look at the simple riff here. You get numbers here on the harmonica. On number 4 you draw, and number 5 you blow. Gonna sound like this. We got an A harmonica, and we're gonna play along with the backing track in E, and it's gonna sound like this.
Arnold Schwarzenegger er nu blevet stor, og han har fået en lillebror. Frederik Schwarzenegger er hans navn, og det er fantastisk, hvad han kan. Kig med næste onsdag, den 22. juli, på Hbs Wr.